Hi friends, welcome back to Nitved Bioscience. Let's continue our discussion on de novo synthesis of fatty acids, which is also known as a biosynthesis of fatty acids. In the previous two classes, we had learned about the introduction of fatty acids, in which we had seen which are the organs and what are the site, raw materials required for the synthesis, and the last class we had learned about the fatty acid synthase complex. Okay, so we are ready with everything. For example, for a factory setups, we are ready with the site and raw material, workers in the form of the fatty acid synthase complex, everything is there. So now we'll start the process of fatty acid synthesis. So while discussing the process or during our introductory period, we had learned that there are the two main requirements for synthesis of fatty acids. So these are acetyl coenzyme A, acetyl CoA, or NADPH, not or, acetyl coenzyme A and NADPH. So these are mainly or basic requirement for the fatty acid synthesis. Alright, so this NADPH, the source for the NADPH is from the NADPH will get from the HMP shunt or HMP pathway, which is also known as a pentose phosphate pathway, or this NADPH we can also get from the action of malic enzyme, which we will see after some time. So with the action of malic enzyme we can get NADPH. These are two sources. So these two process or this enzyme, malic enzymes and HMP pathway, this occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell. So there is nothing to worry about it, because the synthesis also takes place in the cytoplasm. So there is no need to any kind of transportation or anything. But this acetyl CoA, from where we are getting acetyl CoA? Acetyl CoA we are getting one after carbohydrate metabolisms, means so glucose after breakdown, so glucose will convert to pyruvate. Pyruvate then enter into the mitochondria and it will get converted to acetyl CoA. Okay, so acetyl CoA, it is present in the mitochondria. This is from carbohydrate metabolism. Same from the amino acid metabolism as well. The acetyl CoA after the breakdown, so acetyl CoA will get, and that acetyl CoA will also present in the mitochondria. So both after carbohydrate metabolism, protein or amino acid metabolism will get acetyl CoA, but that is present in the matrix of the mitochondria. Alright, and synthesis takes place in the cytosol. Okay, so the first step would be the transfer of acetyl CoA from the matrix of the mitochondria into the cytoplasm. Alright, so that is the first step of synthesis of fatty acid. Again, acetyl CoA, yeah, one thing is from the carbohydrate metabolisms, and the second is also from the beta oxidation. So beta oxidation also takes place in the mitochondria of the cell. So both the process takes place in the mitochondria, and therefore acetyl CoA is present in the mitochondria. So the first step is the transport of acetyl CoA from cytoplasm of the cells into, from the matrix of the mitochondria into cytoplasm. Okay, so from mitochondria into cell cytoplasm. Okay, first step is the transport of acetyl CoA from the matrix of mitochondria into cytoplasm. For acetyl CoA, NADPH is already there in the cytoplasm of the cell. It has already reached there. So, for example, if acetyl CoA has came out from matrix into the cytoplasm. So now a sort of activation of this acetyl-CoA will takes place, where acetyl-CoA will get converted to malonyl-CoA by carboxylation reaction. Okay, so the second step is a conversion of acetyl-CoA to malonyl-CoA, and then fatty acid synthesis reaction proper. Then we will study the all the reaction of fatty acids. So under these three headings we will discuss these topics. First is the transport from matrix of the mitochondria into cytoplasm. After coming into cytoplasm, acetyl-CoA will get converted to malonyl-CoA, and then malonyl-CoA and fatty acid synthesis complex, with the help of fatty acid synthesis complex, we will synthesize fatty acids. Yeah, we will learn synthesis of fatty acid. Okay, so first start with this transport process. Suppose this is a barrier or the mitochondrial membrane. Okay, so this side is a cytosol or cytoplasm of the cell, and this side represent the mitochondria of the cell. Okay, acetyl-CoA, no, sorry, we will write here mitochondria, and here is the cytoplasm or cytosol. So acetyl-CoA, it is present in the mitochondria of the cell, but acetyl-CoA cannot cross this membrane. It is impermeable to mitochondrial membrane, so it will combine with the oxaloacetic acid. If you remember the Krebs cycle, there we had discussed. Okay, you can visit my video on the Krebs cycle. So oxaloacetate, it will combine with the acetyl-CoA in the presence of enzyme citrate synthase. Citrate synthase, acetyl-CoA, it is a 2-carbon compound, oxaloacetate is a 4-carbon compound, and we will get the 6-carbon compound citrate. Okay, this is a 6-carbon compound citrate we'll get here with the combination of acetyl-CoA and oxaloacetate. Now this citrate can cross this membrane. Okay, so it will, there are some transporters are present which allow the entry and the exit of the citrate. So they, with the help of the transporter proteins, citrate will come out from the mitochondria into cytoplasm. Citrate, which is 6-carbon compound. Now citrate synthase is joining these two products, acetyl-CoA and oxaloacetate. Citrate lyase will do the breakdown and it will release acetyl-CoA citrate lyase, it will release acetyl-CoA and oxaloacetic acid or oxaloacetate. Okay, are you getting what is happening? Acetyl-CoA, it is impermeable to mitochondrial membrane. So acetyl-CoA, it will combine with the oxaloacetate. So from a 2-carbon and the 4-carbon combination, we will get the 6-carbon compound citrate. There are some transporters are there which allow the entry and exit of the citrate. So with the help of that transporter, citrate will come into the cytoplasm of the cells, and with the help of the action of enzyme citrate lyase, will get again acetyl-CoA and oxaloacetate, and this acetyl-CoA, it will then help in the synthesis of fatty acid synthesis. Now what will be the fate of this oxaloacetate? Oxaloacetate will get then convert into malate. In the presence of enzyme malate dehydrogenase, malate will then convert to pyruvate with the help of enzyme malic enzyme in the presence of CO2, and NADP will get convert into NADPH plus H positive. So here we are getting NADPH with the help of malic enzymes, and this NADPH will then help in the fatty acid synthesis. Now this malate and pyruvate, there are again the transporters are there which can allow the entry and exit of the malate and the pyruvate. So pyruvate will again cross this membrane and will enter into mitochondria. Malate will then again enter into the mitochondria. So malate will then again convert to oxaloacetate with the help of an enzyme malate dehydrogenase, and pyruvate can again convert to malate, and finally the cycle will take place. Okay, so this way we can get acetyl-CoA from the matrix into mitochondria, and acetyl-CoA and oxaloacetate will get, oxaloacetate will then convert to malate in the presence of enzyme malate dehydrogenase. Here will generate NADPH. Malate and pyruvate both will then again enter into mitochondria of the cells, and then finally it can convert to oxaloacetate and the cycle will repeat. Okay, so this way we are getting acetyl-CoA into the matrix of mitochondria. Now this acetyl-CoA will convert to malonyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA, it is a 2-carbon compound, and malonyl-CoA, it is a 3-carbon compound. Okay, acetyl-CoA, it is a 2-carbon compound, malonyl-CoA, it is a 3-carbon compound. So in a way we are adding 1 carbon here, and that carbon will come from the carbon dioxide. So this is a sort of the activation of acetyl-CoA. CH3 C double bond O SCOA. This is the structure of acetyl-CoA. It will get converted to malonyl-CoA. Yeah, so okay, we'll write with this. CH3 will become CH2 C double bond O SCOA, and 1 more carbon will add here, so we'll write this. So this is the structure of malonyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA will get converted to malonyl-CoA with the addition of 1 carbon, so carbon dioxide will add here. Here the enzyme required is acetyl-CoA carboxylase. Okay, and what are the intermediates? We can remember with ABC. ABC. A is for ATP. So there is a utilization of 1 molecule of ATP, it will get converted to ADP. B is for biotin. Biotin or vitamin B7. So B is for biotin. This reaction will take place in the presence of biotin, is required as a cofactor, and the C is for carbon dioxide. Okay, A, B, C, ATP, biotin and carbon dioxide. So with the help of that, using that, in the presence of enzyme acetyl-CoA carboxylase, acetyl-CoA, which is a 2-carbon compound, will get converted to malonyl-CoA, which is a 3-carbon compound. Alright, this malonyl-CoA or this step, I will write here, this is very important step. Acetyl-CoA carboxylase. This is a committed step for the fatty acid synthesis, or the most regulating step of fatty acid synthesis. And what will happen, this malonyl-CoA, it will inhibit the action of enzymes carnitine acyl transferase 1, CAT1, carnitine acyl transferase. See, up to this, that process will take place. I'm giving some additional information here, that this conversion of acetyl-CoA into malonyl-CoA, so that malonyl-CoA will inhibit the action of enzymes carnitine acyl transferase. This carnitine acyl transferase, if you remember, it is present in a beta oxidation pathway, where this enzyme will do, it will transport the fatty acids into the mitochondria for its oxidation. Okay, so if this enzyme or the action of this enzyme will inhibit, so fatty acid will not get entry into mitochondria and the beta oxidation will not take place. So in a way, this is prevent the oxidation steps. See, both process cannot take place simultaneously. What we are doing here, we are synthesizing fatty acids. So if one way we are synthesizing and other way oxidation takes place, that way that cannot happen together. So how this way it will regulate? Increase in the proportion of malonyl-CoA, it will inhibit the carnitine acyl transferase 1 and it will prevent the beta oxidation. When synthesis will take place when there is a well-fed state, high amount of energy is available. So in that case, fatty acid synthesis will take place and it will stored as an energy reserve. But when there is a starvation or when there is a high energy demand, so at that time beta oxidation will take place. So this way this process will regulate, and either any of the process will take place, either synthesis or beta oxidation. Okay, so everything is clear. We had discussed two steps here. First, there is a transport of acetyl-CoA from matrix to mitochondria, and the second we had seen the conversion of acetyl-CoA into malonyl-CoA. Next we will see all the process proper.